Okay, Tasha, get that paper. Come on, go get the paper for me. It went from dirt poor, the wolf was always at the door. If the car broke down, it was a disaster. To, oh, I think I'll go to Europe this month.
You may not recognize her in the privacy of her own home, but you might hear on the set of the popular TV drama series West Wing.
You still filling out forms, Charlie?
Well, I'm going to be filling out forms for quite some time.
Kathy Joosten went from starving to stardom when she was cast as the president's private secretary, Mrs. Landingham.
You join the Glee Club?
I don't think so, Mrs. Landingham.
Oh, Glee Club's important. Let me tell you, the thrill of walking on a studio like Warner Brothers, it's something you dreamed about when you were a kid, but they were actually saying, yeah, you can come in now. You know, you're invited. It was like, wow, I'm here. You know, it was great.
Kathy answered the call to acting at an age when most female actors are on the downside of their careers. But in her early 50s, motivated by her mother's life experience, she decided to take a long postponed risk.
My mother had died angry that she hadn't been able to do the things that she wanted to do. And I thought, I'll never put myself in that position. Kirby Carlisle's residence, Kirby's mother speaking.
When Kathy made that decision almost a decade ago, she was a divorced mother raising 2 teenage boys on an $18,000 income. After years of bit parts and community theater, Kathy's finally on television making $140,000 a year.
Rehearsal's up, let's go on about. Very quiet, please.
What is going to be your major?
I really don't know.
And she finds herself a confounding mix of the frugal and the prodigal.
It's funny, when you live next to disaster and then you get to comfortable, there are certain parts of it you can't give up. I can't spend $200 on a blouse. That to me is just obscene. On the other hand, I can go out and buy a car and I'll pay cash for it because I don't want payments.
With current roles on West Wing and Dharma and Greg, as well as commercial gigs and appearances on Ally McBeal, you'd think Kathy would be financially secure. But there's an ugly reality in all this glamour.
I don't get a regular paycheck every Friday. Here's your money. I go from project to project or from show to show. So I have to constantly say, well, you know, how long do I have to make this money last before I get another show?
Sure. Yes, sir.
But what if there is no other show?
Yes, sir.
I go back to bartending and have Mrs. Landingham serve drinks at somebody's outdoor barbecue. Yeah, and I think it would pay pretty good, you know. Hey, would you like to have Mrs. Landingham come over and do a table for you? You know, can I get you another drink, honey? Don't touch my cookies. It's not easy to budget. I try to keep about $5,000 in savings. And then when I get about $20,000 saved up, I go out and splurge it on something, not all of it. And then I save up some more, and then I go out and do another project.
The downfall of her strategy is that she's broke after every major purchase, plagued with a familiar anxiety.
Every time I get nervous about money, I start making, this is going to come in, and this is going to come in, and this is going to, okay, I'm going to be all right, I'm going to be all right. So it's, I've gotten myself back to a nervous state, and I don't want to do that. Elliot!
With her save and splurge approach to financial planning, Kathy's making up for lost time. She has a new house, new car, newly remodeled kitchen, new wooden staircase and floors, and most recently, a second home.
I bought a condo in Mammoth Lakes, California, which is an area that the property values have been doubling in every 2 years. That's where I got short on this last couple of months, because I took all my cash to make a 20% down payment, so I wouldn't have to pay private mortgage insurance. Go.
Comfortable with investing in real estate, she sought the help of a financial planner to ease her into the stock market.
I ended up buying or getting involved in mutual funds. And I spent $5,000 on mutual funds, and 6 months later I still had $5,000 in mutual funds. If I'd had it in the bank, I would have had $5,030.
And Kathy is tired of financial planners telling her to save for retirement.
I'm not going to have a retirement. I mean, this is it. I'm retired. And I'm not going to plan for the future because there isn't going to be one. I got 10 good years left, maybe, if I'm lucky, 15. I could die tomorrow.
Assuming that doesn't happen, Kathy does want financial stability, but on her own terms.
I'd like to find somebody who could understand that I need some kind of a cushion security in terms of a disaster. I'm not sure how much that has to be. I'm not sure where it should be, or how it should be packaged. I need someone who understands that I want to enjoy hedonistically what I'm making. I want, you know, the hot tub, I want an extra bedroom, I want a gorgeous view. I like those things. It's a payback. I paid my dues, now I get the goodies.
Barsan, ¿quieres leer tu pregunta acerca de tecnología?
Y la vida que habrá dentro de 50 años. Piense en la
Barry Littman has traveled from Brooklyn, New York to spend his vacation studying Spanish in Guanajuato, Mexico, a small university town nestled in the highlands, 4 hours north of Mexico City.
You can still see a lot of Mexicanos walking, and we speak Spanish. We don't speak English, so they come here to practice their Spanish. You know, it's a very real Mexico.
There's a great deal of culture here. There are a lot of opportunities to see shows, festivals, movies, lots of good restaurants. It's a small city. It's very easy to get around, and it's very, very inexpensive.
Barry studies at Instituto Miguel de Cervantes. Diego Tremblay and his family built and founded the school 20 years ago. The mission, to give foreigners the opportunity to immerse themselves in a beautiful setting and learn the Spanish language and Mexican culture from highly qualified teachers.
Coche no puede enamorarse de los americanos.
During the summer, we have college kids, usually. They come because they have vacations. Some of them are looking for credits that we can give.
The rest of the year, students are mainly professionals, retired people, and those who must speak Spanish in their jobs, like Judy.
Sí, I'm a volunteer in 2 hospitals in Utah, and it has become absolutely necessary to speak Spanish, so I thought I'd combine a vacation with learning to speak Spanish.
Several hundred students each year attend the Institute for about $300 a week. The price includes room and board, local transportation, field trips, and a minimum of 3 hours formal classroom education each day.
Muy bonita.
You can come here knowing nothing, or you can come here being fluent already if you want to go deeper in Spanish grammar or literature or history. And the age requirements, we accept people from 14, and as long as you can come, you can be here.
For an additional $100 a week, you can get private one-on-one lessons for several more hours every afternoon.
It takes a lot of concentration. We go to class 5.5 hours a day. It's a lot.
And the education doesn't end in the classroom.
Pamela,
No puedes tener.
¿no? ¿Por qué?
When the school offers you a room, it's in the home of a Mexican family.
La otra, Pamela, es dulce.
Sí, me
The other one is sweet. ¿Quieres?
Sí.
¿Sí?
The families that volunteer to do this are families that are very accepting and open-minded and helpful, and so that they'll take in people and they'll make you feel comfortable.
Oh, sí, está bien. Muy bonita.
You
know, they cook for you, which is pretty sweet, and they a beautiful home, a nice place to stay, and that's all part of it. But probably the best part is really the interaction with the family.
We are very friendly people in Guanajuato, and the students feel something different.
Yeah. Lo haces todos los días.
Practicar.
Queremos que se sientan como si estuvieran en su casa. Ellos tienen, es casa de ellos. Es como si fueran nuestros hijos.
We try to make different food every day for the students learn and see our traditions. And we try to talk with them about our history or music or movie stars or general culture, right? Or try to them learn.
And if students don't want the familial experience, the school will arrange other accommodations. An apartment runs $100 to $250 a week. A hotel costs around $60 a night for 2 people. And if you're not doing a homestay, the cost for classes alone is just $109 a week. No matter what option you choose, the price tag for a week will top out at $600 plus airfare. The progress in your Spanish? Invaluable.
My Spanish has improved greatly. I'm very comfortable in just about any situation, whether it's shopping, speaking to people, about just about any subject, politics, world situation, anything.
Okay, come on. Well, what I love about dogs is they offer a lot of love down. They're rewarding to care for.
Bessie, stay.
And they're wonderful animals. Hi, I'm Laura Luft, and I'm a dog trainer and groomer. Bessie, heel. Bessie, heel. Well, training a dog is very important. It's a lot safer. An untrained dog could easily run into the road. My technique for dog training is lots of love. You have to pet them a lot. I have a very gentle approach. They end up liking training a lot more if you make it fun for them. You catch it? Oh. So how are the puppies?
I'm still having a problem with them.
Oh, with Bessie.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was pretty responsive. First of all, I want to do a puppy test so you can just assess their basic temperament, see how they're going to be when they grow up. She is paying attention. She's scratching an itch right now, but she is paying attention. She's coming.
Okay.
Now the next test is to lay them on their back and put your hand right up against their neck, but don't push down.
Okay.
And just stand above them. Don't look at them in the eyes because it'll really make them nervous. See, she's squirming. So she's telling you that she doesn't want to be on her back, and being on their back means they're submissive. An overjoyed collie was eager to play. Dogs will listen to anything you say. I sometimes read to my dogs if I have reading homework. Dogs love to be talked to. They should be talked to at least a half an hour a day if you can get around to it. Oh, Aurora, you're being so good. Dogs love when you talk in a high voice. They hear the high sounds better. You're fine. It's a little wet. And they get very excited and very happy. Someone who had heard about my training had asked me if I would groom their dog. And I decided I loved grooming. It's rewarding to see a dog come in all tangled and unhappy and have it leave happy and comfortable. She's also...
Whoa, she's beautiful.
Well, my advice to people just getting a dog, make sure you really love it because you're going to have it for a long, long time. When I got Ariel, I was about 7 or 8. Good girl. And when I got Lassie, I was 11. Me and my dogs definitely have a special bond.